And people don't realize this. Not only are you endangering your life, you're endangering innocent people's life. You hear these tragic stories about somebody crossing over the center lane into a family of five, and just they've all went out into eternity somewhere. And it's a shame when this could be avoided.
That's correct. It could be avoided very easily. Uh, some of them say, well, it's just poor judgment. Well, it's a lot of other things also.
Well, let's also talk about better ways that we, the public, can protect ourselves, and to be aware of things like home invasions, theft, robbery, like you was talking about the four-wheelers getting stowed. What are just some basic things that we can do to protect ourselves?
You need to report suspicious people around the neighborhood. Like if you see someone cutting across your neighbor's yard, you'll call 911 and say, don't confront them yourself. Call 911 and say, hey, we got a suspicious person here. He doesn't belong here, or they don't belong here. And by the way, this is the season for frauds. People that
Calls.
A description of them, you'll see them in a pickup truck. It is Joe Handy on the side. He'll stop at some old people's house and say, your gutter's hanging down out here, and I need to fix it. Well, maybe they can fix it, maybe they can't. Check their credentials. They're welcome to call my office. I'll be glad to check any of them out. Don't let them in your house.
Exactly, because a lot of times they want to get in your house to look around to see what they can come back later to get.
Or they get it right then. They'll keep one person occupied while the other goes through the house and removes the jewelry, the money, the guns. This is the season for it.
Also, cars. If people can look in your car and notice a lot of things, a lot of items, maybe credit cards laying around, they're going to break in that car.
That's exactly right. Just simple things of removing articles from the seat, put them in the trunk, hide them, something. In other words, you deliver them from this temptation, and the world as a whole a lot better off.
Exactly right. What are some goals coming up in the months to come for the Whitley County Sheriff's Department?
Well, like I said before, we will emphasize drug abuse, drug dealers, apprehension of drug dealers, illegal medication, meth, whatever. We hope to have more officers on the road. We're like any other department. We're kind of strapped for money, bottom line. But we do what we can. Like I said, we're better than some, worse in worse shape than some.
Which brings me to my next question. What can we, as the public, the ones watching, ones listening, how can we give back to the Sheriff's Department? How can we support you and say, hey, we want to see things happen and we want to help make it happen?
You can contact your legislators, magistrates, say, hey, we need more deputy sheriffs out here.
Okay.
And we'd be glad to put a campaign on with that. You let the officers know. Very few times that I can remember have the public really not helped when I've asked them to. As you'll notice, whenever we're trying to apprehend someone, I put it out in the media. I make everyone aware of it, and the public is good about the apprehension.
Very good, very good. What about domestic violence and just violence in general, fighting and spouses and boyfriends and girlfriends? We're seeing a lot of that come to pass right now.
We see a lot of it on a daily basis. These things are through education. They have different clinics, different rehab for these type of individuals.
Right.
They aid a percentage of them, and then there's a percentage of them there's just not much you can do with.
And the ones that are involved in this and also the drug activities, something else the people need to know, you just don't incarcerate them and forget about them. You offer them help. You send them to places or, recommend places that can help them.
We do, and the court system has been very accommodating. We carry this thing through. In other words, we run it on out as to what we can do as the sheriff's department, and we do everything we can do.
Very good. Well, as you know, warm weather is coming into our region, and that causes a lot of people to get out and more activities to be going on, like boating and out on the lakes and stuff like that. It's the same difference if you're drunk in a car or if you're drunk in a boat.
That's true, and as our swimming season approaches, the water is not quite warm enough to get in. But the individual has to remember they're not as strong as the last time they swam last year. You have to build these muscles back up. So go at it slowly.